Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome to my 100th video. I wanted to take this time to talk a little bit about what's in store for the channel and showcase another thing that we missed on our first playthrough of Bloodborne. In case you can't tell, we're in the Forbidden Woods. This is the area where the little cannon guy was earlier, and then into the windmill. As you can see, there is an item up there, and the last time we were in this area, there was actually an NPC that we failed to meet, and so we're gonna go grab him. In this area, so like down would lead to progress. Over there was a little chest, snakeheady guy that scared the bejesus out of me the first time, and this little overhang, which I think I may have like looked at. No, I went this way. I did, because I know I got the item that's up here. Over here there was an enemy, be careful for him, and then we go up a ladder and into the area where the cannon was actually located. I think this is probably the point at which I got distracted and didn't notice the other path. So there's a shiny item over there. I think I got distracted by the sparklies and I ended up heading over that way, thinking that there wasn't anything more to this. That area right over there, which is actually pretty dark, kind of easy to miss. But out here, we're going to find some more stuff. Like an item. I don't think this is anything crazy important by any means. Oh, some poison knives. So there's a giant hint of things to come. And right over here, there is this little guy. Now, obviously, we have come upon the scene of something nefarious happening here. We've got 3 bodies that are just pooled in blood, and a guy who appears to be eating something. The aptly named Suspicious Beggar from like the credits roll. We're going to go ahead and talk to him, so I'm going to shut up for just a second to let him do his thing.
Whoa! Blimey, don't scare me like that. On a night like this, I took you for a monster. Oh, thank the stars, you're fairly normal. Was it you who put down that awful beast? Ooh, that thing had me trembling, frozen in my boots. And then you came along. Well, if you're a hunter, then would you know of any safe havens?
Now, this is kind of a tradition in the FromSoft games. Demon Souls had Yurt, Dark Souls had Lautrec. These are NPCs that are going to be killing your other NPCs if you allow them to. So, if we tell this guy about Odin Chapel...
Well, I'll be. Thank you. It's about time I made a move. I can't very well stay out on my own. Oh, you're giving me hope. Terribly kind of you. Take this. It's all I can offer us, thanks.
He is going to head back there and begin to, one by one, murder our NPCs.
Thank you. I can't very well...
Yeah, and he just repeats that. So now, obviously, we don't want him to do that. And this can be a really stupidly hard fight. It's not a huge area to fight him on top of this roof. And although he looks pretty unassuming right now, we're going to actually show just how assuming he becomes very quickly. Okay, apparently he didn't care about that shotgun blast to the face. Oh, he cared about that one, though.
You got a screw loose. Or is it your...
Oh, I didn't mean to cut off that dialogue, but, yeah. He's basically like a miniature version of Dark Beast Parl. With lightning crackling everywhere, he's got some, like, wind attacks. All in all, pretty ferocious of an enemy. And I believe his line is, have I got a screw loose, or was it my, like, hunter's instinct that told me that he was not so normal? Now, the game was nice enough to toss us some poison knives. There were 3 right up there, and I believe there were 8 more located, like, right on this ledge or something. Like, in this general area is where I've gotten all of them. And this guy is super easy to poison. Just 1 poison knife, it's going to start him ticking down. While we're waiting on him to do that, we're going to do a couple of other things over here. Namely, go grab that item. Also want to point out, so when we walk in here, let's see if I can gain my bearings a second. It's over there. Okay, that ledge right there, if you happen to be playing online in co-op, that is going to be the location that the Bell Maiden will be located, trying to ring the Sinister Bell and summon invaders. So rushing to this point, getting in here, and killing her will stop that. And this is where we picked up the cannon, which we did get on our first playthrough, and is actually quite awesome because it is going to be something we are actually going to be using on this character. Going for sort of a powder keggers kind of thing, what with the Jajura's weapon, and then the cannon to top it all off. It did get nerfed in the last patch, which is unfortunate. You used to be able to use blood bullets in order to get 3 shots off with it. Now you have to use them to even get 2. So that's a little bit disappointing, but it still does a ton of damage, so not such a big deal really. And then we're just going to run back to where we were before, and we're going to cheese this guy for a little bit with some poison throwing knives. While we're waiting on this, I did want to talk a little bit about the channel in general and kind of what's going on. We've been playing Door Kickers and the Dungeons of Dredmor. Having a lot of fun with both of them, but in some ways I'm finding the Dungeons of Dredmor a little bit disappointing, both in the interest in the channel as well as just I'm not really making a lot of progress with the game. It's something that I have no problem spending tons of time with, but I can definitely understand it's going to get repetitive to just watch me do it over and over again. With that in mind, I've just started a new save after my last character died. I went ahead and played through the entire first floor so that you guys won't have to watch the first floor for the 10th time in a row. And we're going to be picking up on the 2nd level of the dungeon. When that finishes, we're going to go ahead...
Actors are killers, nothing less. You call me a beast? A beast? What would you know? I didn't ask for this.
Alright, so as you can see, he's got some dialogue. I do want to talk about that in the future. We'll keep letting him tick down with the poison for now. So whenever the playthrough that I've just started on Dungeons of Dredmor finishes up, we're going to put... Oh, snap. As you can see, he does have a bit of range on some of his attacks. We're going to be putting Dungeons of Dredmor on hiatus for a little bit. And we're going to be coming back to Bloodborne. So probably in just the next couple of days. You know, I can't guarantee how quickly Dungeons of Dredmor is going to progress. Maybe we'll make it further than we ever have, but you know, if we die on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th floor, it'll be just a couple of days. Whenever it finishes, we are going to kick back off with some new characters in Bloodborne. They've finally gotten to the point where there's new content that I haven't gotten to yet, and we're going to see some of that. Let's pause and see if he has some death dialogue. Alright. And he drops the Beast Rune, which... Okay. Boosts the Beast effect, which isn't exactly the greatest of runes. I already had one at plus 20. He gives you the plus 50 version. So there you go. The Bloodborne playthroughs that are going to pick back up, we've got some areas that we've missed, we've got some endings that we missed, and I knew about all of those, but I didn't quite realize how much content there was left in Bloodborne. I had originally thought the Chalice Dungeons were sort of procedurally generated content, but it turns out that's only partially true. There are actually 10 Chalice Dungeons that are not randomized at all, that are set content with bosses and level design and all of that kind of stuff. And then additionally 15 other dungeons that are variations on difficulties and enemy sets, things like that. And those are the ones that are procedurally generated. So in addition to the couple of areas that we didn't go to, there are also going to be 10 Chalice Dungeons that we haven't done yet. And so we're going to run through those as well. Each one of them having, I think usually on average, 2 to 3 dungeon levels. So there's going to be something like 20 or 30 more episodes to go. So Bloodborne will be back for probably another month or so on the channel, and then we'll come up with something to replace it whenever we're done. That might be Dungeons of Dredmor, just depending on the timing. If it is, we're probably going to lower the difficulty off of going rogue down to just like the medium difficulty level so that we could start seeing some new stuff. Speaking of new stuff, there was also an item in the Forbidden Woods that we missed. There's actually an armor set in here, the Graveyard set. Mask, robe, manchettes, and kilt. They actually have some kind of interesting lore attached to them. They're the Mask of Doris, the Graveguard of the Forbidden Woods. His pale countenance mimics the Labyrinth Watchers. Willem kept 2 loyal servants back in Bergenworth. When they were sent into the Labyrinth, they encountered the Eldritch Truth and went mad. One became the password gatekeeper, while Doris became a graveyard of the forest. Both remained loyal, even in madness. Other than that, just minor changes. Countless bloody ritual tools hang from its back for the robes, covered in the blood of untidy rituals, covered in the blood of untidy rituals. So he was a loyal servant of Willem, as well as the dead gatekeeper that we give the password to. That's just kind of an interesting lore element. I wish there was more stuff like this in Bloodborne, where there was just like an item that gave you a name and sort of let you take it from there for your imagination. I would have shown exactly where this is, but it's a little ways away. It's basically deeper into the forest on just some ledge that I'd kind of overlooked. You can find it there. The armor itself is okay, I guess. I guess I can actually show it off in some decent lighting here. And there we go. So, looks like that. Kind of cool, kind of freaky looking, honestly. Like a weird mask thing going on. The armor itself is meh. Really good arcane and bolt defenses, decent poison defense, but yeah, it's not really going to be our thing. We're going to be going largely with Jura's set, the Ashen Hunter's garb for this particular build anyway. But yeah, there was also that item that we missed out on the first time. So when we come back, we're going to be kind of jumping back and forth between a couple of different characters, I think. Some of them, just for build purposes, are more appropriate for some areas than others. I've got 2 other characters besides this one. This is sort of a strength build. I've got an arcane build and a blood tinge build that have all sort of been running. So when Blood Tinge does return, probably this weekend, or I'd say at the latest Monday, then we'll be picking up with those characters and showing off some stuff that I missed the first time through. Hope you guys are going to be joining me for that. I hope you're excited to bring back some more Bloodborne, which was, I'm sure, the thing that a lot of you initially came to the channel for, and it's a game that I still am having a ton of fun playing. I've put in probably another 30 hours of it off camera since the playthrough sort of stopped. Still having a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to encountering a lot of new content. Hope you guys are going to stick around and join me for that, but I will catch you next time.